Mana mana. Mana mana. Mana mana.
Alright, welcome back to another video. Tank is looking nice and crisp. I did some trimming the other day. Sorry for, delaying. I think it was like 2 weeks now. We haven't shot a YouTube video, but lots of good things have been going on for us. Today we'll be talking about CO2, which is a topic that I'm not very familiar with. Here's Roblox, he's chilling. He was just awake. I pissed him off. I was shooting a video. And yeah, Roblox has been turning a lot darker red now. This plant has been doing really nice since the last video. And these plants are still thriving. So overall, very happy with just everything right now. The one thing that stopped working is my wave maker from Aqua Illumination. We got this wave maker secondhand, so obviously if this was brand new and obviously I would have taken care of, this would have not happened. But I guess the previous owner, he said he had it for probably a couple years, so it kind of just stopped on me, but whatever, buy another one. And I don't really need a wave maker because I have the pump in the back anyways, which is also making the plant move a little bit, but whatever. Today we're going to be talking about CO2. So we got the CO2 tank from FZONE, and I'm quite impressed. So I'll put a quick video of just me assembling the CO2 tank, and I'll walk you through it. Okay, so that was the video, and I'll kind of just talk a little bit about CO2. This is my first time using it. Right now it's green, so that means there's a perfect amount of CO2 in my tank, and it was a great experience. I think this type of CO2 tank, this is the biggest one. I think that's the 5.5 liter. I think this is a great way to start if you are a beginner and you want to get into CO2. This is probably the best way to go about it. Reason for that is, from now that I understand kind of the different types of CO2 tanks, so there's like, I would say 3 different types of CO2 tanks, and basically there's the smaller ones where I haven't looked into those ones very like into details, but I think those are already like pre-packaged, I think. So you don't really need to mix anything. I think it's just kind of a plug and play kind of CO2 tank. And then there's these ones, which you have to make the formula yourself. And then you can buy the pre-CO2 refillable CO2 tanks. For those ones a little bit bigger. And I guess like as a beginner, if you want to just save some time, you could just go right into a refillable CO2 tank. But I've heard some people say like, I don't have, like, depending on where you live, some places don't, like, you might not have somewhere to refill the CO2. I've seen that on Reddit. The other thing is it's a little bit more expensive, I guess, to do. And also it depends on how much CO2 you use for your tank, right? Like this is kind of just a aquascaping tank. So obviously I don't really care about the CO2. Like obviously I want this tank to turn out nice. And again, I'll put more effort into this tank once I understand, how much CO2, what worked, what didn't work. And obviously at one point we would like to have a refillable CO2 tank, just because again, it's not that it takes a lot of time or work. It's just obviously refillable would just be easier, cleaner. But this is a great experience. I will say this is a great experience, and from other aquascapers, this should last for about half a year and maybe more. Right now I'm doing 5 seconds per drop, so there's a, I guess this is kind of what you can control that. There's a valve in the back, and I put, for every drop that comes out, it'll be for 5 seconds. I think that's the sweet spot. Some people do 1 second per drop, so that's very, very quick. But if you want it to extend its lifetime, you probably would want it very, very slow. But again, it depends on how much CO2 the plants need. I'm just having hair grass here, so it doesn't really require too much CO2. But yeah, I'll just kind of walk you guys through it. So basically, it comes with this cylinder tank, and on the cylinder tank, it has the instructions. So you guys can see the instructions are on the back. And basically what I had to do was, there's a pre-filter in this tank, and basically I've attached a filter. And again, guys, this is actually super easy to do. I thought it was going to be complicated. It's actually a lot easier than people think it is. Like, just follow the instruction. The instructions were a little bit confusing, but there's a guy on YouTube, if you search up FZONE, how to install FZONE CO2 tank, there's a guy that explains it very well. I will say I was a little bit disappointed with FZONE's instruction. Even he caught that mistake. On the thing it says, like here, if you guys look on this thing right here, so it says for, what does it say, for, yeah, so you have to, so basically you have to mix the solution, and it says for solution A, 600 grams plus, solution B 600 grams plus, and then for 900 milliliters of water. 900 milliliters of water is correct, but the solution is incorrect. I forgot what I put. I can put a quick clip of what the other guy said it was, and basically it was incorrect. And it's weird that they don't fix that mistake, but basically he calculated it, and yeah, it's incorrect. 600 grams, I think one is correct for one of the formula, but the other one is a little bit more than 600 grams. But I'll put it on the screen so you guys can see the right formula for this tank, and it's the same thing that applies for the smaller one. It's incorrect. So that was one of the things I had to do. I already had this tubing, and then this what is it called, like a diffuser, CO2 diffuser. I already had one. Somebody gave one for free off Marketplace. And sorry, I just had to fix the autofocus. I already had one basically, and basically what I did was, you just put this in the water, you attach the tube, and this gets connected to the bubble counter. And the bubble counter, I had to screw that onto this thing right here, and then this thing, that low part down here, I also had to screw that to the valve, the pressure valve. There's 2 different pressure thing. One indicates the pressure within the tank, and then this one indicates the pressure, I believe, getting released out of the tank. And when I had put the formula at first, it will show, basically it will show that, there's about like 200 pressure or PSI when you first put the formula in, and over time this thing will go up. As you guys can see, it's almost at like 400, or even, no, it's at 500 right now, which is nice. I mean, it's working properly. And then there's a safety pin over here. If you have to release the pressure very quickly, something happens. And then again, in the back, there's the valve to control the pressure in and out, or basically it controls the drops and the bubble counter right here. So it's really easy. If it's just pre-filter, there's a pre-filter in here, screw that on, and then after that you just screw these bolts over here, put that on top, and then you put your tubing. This goes into your tank, and then basically there's this thing that you have to just plug in here, that plugs in down here, and that's it. Very, very easy. And then obviously you have to buy baking soda, And then you have to buy, what's the other ingredient? Okay, I'll just do this. So you have to buy, where is it? Did I put it downstairs? I think I put it downstairs, but anyways, you have to buy, I think it's like this acid, I forgot what it's called, but there's this other ingredient, which is ingredient A is baking soda, and the other one is like acid something. Let me just look it up on, I bought it off Amazon, so let's just go to our orders. Okay, so I bought a scale, and basically, yeah, you have to get baking soda, and then the other one is citric acid. I just got this one, Yolk citric acid, 2 pound. For the baking soda, I had 340 grams, but that was not enough. I needed, again, approximately around 680 grams for it, so I had to use some from my mom. And then you need a scale because you obviously have to measure, and you want to make sure you measure it properly, just because you want to have the right amount, right? You don't want too much, you don't want too less, just because you want it to be just on the spot so you get to enjoy the experience. And that's pretty much it. And then after that, you just play with the valve in the back. I'm not going to touch it just because it's perfectly timed right now. And yeah, then you get CO2. You guys can see the little bubbles. And at night, all I do is I unplug this, but before I unplug this, I turn off the valve in the back over here. I'll turn this off, and then yeah, that's it. That's all you need. So we'll do a quick update on the tank here in about 2 weeks-ish, see how the plants are doing. Also, I'm gonna have to go buy mini dwarf hair grass in a couple weeks. There's some right now in the store, but I had a long week. I just didn't feel like driving all the way there just for that. And also at the end of the month here, I just got some stuff to kind of do beforehand, before focusing on this tank really. But we'll give you guys a quick update in 2 weeks-ish. Just, you know, with the growth, I had, what was happening with my beta there? Yeah. Anyways.